happy today. One of the worst I've ever seen.
I was happy against Memphis. What are you talking about? That's exactly how we wanted. If we could draw it up, that's exactly how we would wanted that game to go tonight. I thought coming out of the Bahamas, we had a lot of confidence. We brought back a lot of confidence after the win over Memphis. We practiced like it, and I thought we played like it. We got off to a great start, made shots, defended, and look, I give Campbell a lot of credit. I know. As a coach, I was concerned about the game because I watched them play Wisconsin in West Virginia. And the West Virginia game was tight all the way to the end, and the Wisconsin game was close till the end a little bit, and they blew it open. So, they beat Arlington. They went out and played Weber State really tough on the road. And, they're ninth in the country in getting to the line. They've made more free throws than other teams have attempted. And so there were some things that I was, concerned about. And I thought, we played really well. There's different levels of quad 4 games, quad 3 games, however you want to put it. I mean, these guys are without a net. Like Kempom, they're like 194, 195 today. That's different than 330, and credit to Coach. John's done it. He's got first year. He won a national championship last year. I think he's doing a really good job. Some things that are important to us and our success is we were 1.55 points per possession when we got the ball in the paint. That's either shot it or played out of it. That's important. We did a great job moving the ball. When the ball changed sides 3 times, we were 1.31 points per possession. 1.39 points per possession when we played off 2 feet and had 4 assists off that. But 1.18 when we didn't with 1 turnover. 4 for 6 from 3 on paint touch threes. I thought it was interesting at halftime. We had 8 guys that scored and 6 guys that had assisted in the first half. I thought that was a really good number. 20 assists on 34 baskets. We're sharing the ball. We shot free throws well. We shot threes well. Mikhail with almost a double-double, 16 and 9. Nate, 7 assists, 1 turnover, and Juke, 17 and 6. And got him out early. And so we're all very pleased, and happy for the win.
Juke and Mackay talked about how important it was to start fast, and you hadn't been very pleased with some of the slow starts. Yeah. So how pleasing is it to see the game plan go in?
It was great, especially early, like the ball going in the basket, and really truthfully, Connor, I don't think they made a lot of first shot baskets either. I think they were getting their points off offensive rebounds. So it's like we can clean that up, we're going to be in pretty good shape, But, yeah, it's a great feeling to come out and, first of all, take good shots and then make them, right? And I thought we did, and I'm happy for that, and I'm sure they're happy too.
Steve, when you took this job, what was your familiarity of Rodney Rogers?
Oh.
And are there any conversations you've had with Rodney over the years that stand out?
Hadn't really been able to, hadn't spend a lot of time with him. But first I came here during a very, tumultuous time in our country, with COVID, and especially in his situation, he couldn't be around people, because of, being a paraplegic and being in a situation where he just couldn't afford to get sick. And so there was a couple times I know I met with a couple people. I wanted to go see him, and it just never really worked out. And I talked to him here once. The one I remember the most was just when we got his degree. I spent time talking to him. I just got like this indelible spirit to live in a situation that 99.9% none of us want to be in, or probably even won't even want to exist in, but he did it, and I know he was a monstrous player, but you'd have to ask probably Coach Odom or Randolph or those guys kind of like his impact. I've heard a lot of stories about how impactful his signing was when he came here, kind of flipped for them a little bit. You know, I hate it. I hate it when anybody dies. I hate it when a young person dies. We have one small thing in common. The Shepherd Center saved his life. The Shepherd Center saved my wife's life, in Atlanta, because he went there and he's been back. And so I wish I would have spent more time with him. I do. But, God bless him.
Steve, after the Memphis game, you said that you had a hard time getting deaf here, and you plan on using it. In that sense, it felt like it was out of necessity. Was this game more of one of your deaf is more, we want to use it to really try to snowball teams a bit more?
No, I think it's just who we are. Our bench scored 39 tonight, and they scored 50 plus 50 in 2 games in the Bahamas. I have no fear in going to the bench, right? And it holds people accountable, but most importantly, it allows us to play at a pace that I want to play at. And so ultimately, if you could continue that pace and that pressure on the other team, at some point they're going to break. And we experienced that against Texas Tech. We experienced it tonight trying to get to their bench. And so, that's just who we're going to be, and I don't think there's a lot of drop-off when that happens, and I think that's the problem sometimes when you try to play a lot of guys, there's just too big a drop-off. I just don't see it, and it's not like we haven't been in some high-level games either. It's not like we're doing it, and against 5 teams we should be beating, bad. We played real people, and they've all stepped up, and so I think it's the strength of our team.
For Makai and Omaha, I know they've done the little things right, rebounding, playing defense, but how important was it for them to actually see the ball go in the hoop a little bit more?
I think it's good for anybody's confidence. Basketball is a game of confidence, but I don't want them to let their offense dictate how they play either. I want them to be able to play both ends. And so that's the one thing I love about Omaha. He doesn't get discouraged about that. I think a lot of players, a lot of people put a lot of value in scoring, and it is important. But there's so many other things that you do on the court, and he's just all over the place. And he's so physical. He may not get the rebound, but he's going in there. Now his go rate is high. And so, I was glad to see him make them. I was just having this conversation with somebody today about him, and he'll continue to get better and better as the season goes along.
I want to quote Dan Hurley accurately today. He went viral because his team plays Friday, and he's having Thanksgiving meal for his team Wednesday, saying, quote, "We're not going to eat the bleeping tryptophan and turkey on Thursday and be sluggish as bleep on Friday."
What's triple? What is that word?
I think it's like the amino acid. It's like in the turkey.
It's not a turduncan or a fried turkey.
As somebody who has a team playing Friday,
yeah, to each their own. Look, guys, I coached JUCO. We played on Thanksgiving Day. Okay, I played on Thanksgiving Day when I was in Tennessee. Or turkey. That's what you do. It's got protein in it, I'm sure. Oh yeah. No, our schedules now. We do have a noon game, which I'm sure would probably drive Coach Hurley batty. So tomorrow we'll go at 10 in the morning. Basically, with a quick turn, it'll be more of a walkthrough. And then at 11 a.m., it'll be the return of Alondis Man Williams to the Shaw, because the Capital City Go-Go's are practicing in the Shaw. So hopefully he'll not tear down a rim. We'd like that, though. Thanksgiving morning, we're going to go at 9:30. We'll be done probably around, 11:30, noon. The players will come to my house if they want and eat. They can go with family. I think a lot of the players' families were in the Bahamas, and so I don't know how many are really here. So a lot of them will be with me. We've done that different in the past. We've done it at the house. We've catered it. We've brought it to the school. Catered it in. We're gonna cook and have whoever wants to come over, and then we're gonna have some type of pregame practice at 8:15 in the morning on Friday and play at noon. It's just the way it is. I'm not gonna monitor eating habits. Maybe they probably need to monitor mine more than their own.
First look at the 1-3-1 we've seen so far this year.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been it's the first time ever since I've been here I think we extended it, though. We haven't always been just dropped back to half court, but with Omaha's so disruptive and so big and so active, it's like, look, I played it because, again, they're 9th in the country in free throw attempts, and they were already in the bonus, and so I thought, well, you know what, maybe we won't foul, and maybe we'll lengthen the possession a little bit. I thought it really kind of opened the game up, and were we flawless in it? No, probably not. But we'll get better at it. I think it's definitely something that we need to probably use as the season moves forward. It was good to use it tonight.
Coach, what did you think of Jay Cross and Isaac Carter today in limited minutes?
I love those two kids. I think they're going to be unbelievable players. That's how they practice. They are so good in practice. It's crazy. I think Jalen just got a little excited because I'm shocked he didn't just blast that dunk because he is so athletic, right? But that's hard. Isaac, let's go back to the Bahamas. Everybody talks about the shot, but it was the pass, too, that he threw with 1.5 seconds left and didn't even play in the game until then. And then he comes in tonight and drives it and plays off two and shot fakes and makes good plays. I think they're going to be great players. They're great teammates, and I think we're really lucky to have them here.
We talked about Campbell's time against West Virginia. How helpful is it when you're looking ahead 9 or 10 days or whatever it is, to playing a team like West Virginia? How helpful is it to have
to watch that?
Film? Yeah.
Actually, it's funny. I don't typically do that, but it was interesting to watch it. But I'm watching it from a different lens. But yeah, it doesn't hurt to see them. But a lot of these teams are on television, and so one thing I do want to bring up real quick. I'm very excited about our recruiting class. We got a top 20 pretty much recruiting class in most services. The Gavin and Gallagher Placide are outstanding prospects. Gavin's 6'11", Gallagher's close to 6'10". Really big, strong players that can score, can defend. We'll be ready to play as freshmen in our league. Nick Freeman, had a relationship with them before he came here, and I thought that helped. And we did a great job recruiting him, and we really like those guys. I love Quentin Coleman. I wanted to sign him the first time I saw him play. He's everything you want in a high school player as far as a winner. He just won a state championship his senior year. He lives in O'Fallon, Illinois, across from St. Louis, Missouri. He drives 40 minutes one way into Principia High School every day to go to school, to play for Jay Blossom. He was a player of the year in St. Louis, and then led his team to the championship of Peach Jam for Bradley Beal. So those three guys are really good. It's the first time we've signed 3 top 100 players in a class, I think, since 2010, if I'm correct, or something like that.